Welcome to Home of Politics, ladies and gentlemen. After the directives of ODM expelling the 5 leaders from its party, the reaction from the leaders who have been expelled, it is just shocking because it shows they are not even affected with it, and it is not something that it has shocked them because some of them have given mixed reaction on this, while others showing their straightforward decision. My good people, the likes of Tom Ochanda, he says he's not even bothered with that because he will continue supporting UDA and he does not regret that, and there is no apology that is being expected to be issued. Ladies and gentlemen, we see the like of Caroli Omondi, though he has not yet communicated, but the time when he announced openly that he is willing to leave ODM for UDA, he announced and talked on it, saying that with or without ODM, he is sure that come 2027 on the polls he will win because he is working with the people of Suba South but not the ODM, and the people are the one who elected him and he is working for them and not the party. And this shows that there is a strong stand that these leaders are using here, and being expelled out does not affect their leadership, their office at any cost. We see the like of Phelix Odiwuor have just turned on to the scripture to motivate themselves, but there is hope for them to go forward the direction that they had decided earlier. And the issue of taking another path, at least to support William Ruto and UDA at large, it seems it is just a strategy that they were hoping it will lead them to a good place come in future, because they do not regret at all going for that decision. According to the reaction of some of the leaders from UDA or Kenya Kwanza who have reacted against the direction that ODM party has just taken, is Senator Cherargei. This is the senator from Nandi County, and he has condemned the action of disciplining these leaders to an extent that they are being expelled out. It is not a good picture at all, according to Cherargei, because he feels like these are people who could resolve their conflict or differences, or even give them another direction on how they can solve the problem. But expulsion is just a big problem with Cherargei. We also see another person who has reacted against this thing. We have Senator Boni Halwale from Kakamega. He has just addressed it as a simple thing. On his Twitter account, he retweeted showing his concern about the expulsion of these leaders. And we see, he said, this is just but a small thing, a very small issue. And these leaders, it is fact that they will remain in their offices until 2027. It does not mean that when they are being expelled from ODM, they are being chased away from their office. It is just clear that even if they are being chased out of ODM party, they will still be in their offices, discharge their duties, work with the people the same way they have been doing. But the problem with the party will remain, and they will be the people who will decide where to go. And so, being inside ODM or outside ODM, these people will still be leaders in their offices, and they will serve the people in their specific regions. And the last leader from UDA who has just reacted towards the step of expelling these leaders is the UDA General Secretary Cleophas Malala, who has just condemned the party for its expulsion. He says this discipline or disciplinary procedure is a tough one, and these leaders do not deserve such like a treatment. And he says by doing so, ODM party is denying these leaders freedom of association, whereby they can associate with the UDA leaders. And for him, it is not something that is very rightful. Ladies and gentlemen, according to how the UDA leaders have come to defend these leaders who have been expelled from ODM party, then it shows that there is something that is being planned behind it. This shows us that these leaders have hope, another chance to be given a shelter or to survive in UDA party. Because apart from these leaders showing concern, we have another leader like Dennis Itumbi. On his Twitter account, he said, "Should we say Orange Demonic Monitor ODM instead of Democratic Movement? Someone to replace D with another term. Expelling MP Jalango and his team from working with the president for working with President Ruto is a pure mishmash. UDA, a genuine democratic party, welcomes all welcome in the ruling party." That is according to Dennis Itumbi. And if we can see, so many leaders have been reacting to this step of expelling these leaders. And I bet UDA is just welcoming them with open arms, and anytime they can show any interest of joining UDA, these people will be accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think these leaders have just come in rescue to defend these leaders, despite them being said they have broken the party rule, they are not loyal? Why are they being defended? The first one, they just want the UDA to have the majority leaders in government and everywhere. They just want to popularize UDA everywhere. And you see, by doing this, they are using a silent way or indirect way of fighting ODM party. And with the time, ODM party is weakening, it is disintegrating, and it is losing popularity in some of the regions in Kenya. For example, some of the regions that had a lot of popularity of ODM, we see it is Narok. Right now, Narok is divided, highly divided, and the other day we saw the convoy of Raila Amolo Odinga being blocked on the way only because they intended not to allow him to have a speech at Narok town. This is because the governor of Narok town is not in good relationship with Raila Odinga, and this governor is from UDA, and their conflict or their grudge arises from the time of elections, when this governor is being claimed to have stolen the votes that belonged to an ODM candidate in Narok. Some of the counties we see that were very loyal to Raila Odinga, they are starting to disintegrating. And we see some of the counties and some of the leaders are just still in ODM, but their motives is just to move to the government. And this is what I am meaning by when I say the ODM party is disintegrating or weakening day and night. We see the other people who joined the UDA from ODM. We have some other leaders, they disintegrated and moved on. And right now, they are very comfortable with where they are, and they are very strong. And this shows us that coming years, ODM party should be very careful, because its popularity can be interfered with, because the intention of UDA, it is just to popularize UDA and to make it majority of the party in Kenya. And through weakening of this party of ODM, UDA is creating a lot of friends in the opposition, whereby some of the people, the example of Jalango, this leader could be seen closely with President William Samoei Ruto and at the same time with Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And with this act of not being straightforward to where this person is heading, this is the relationship that UDA is creating with some of the leaders, only to bring problem in ODM and to make sure that it is going to break and lose its majorities. According to how the UDA leaders have just responded to the steps that ODM has picked to punish these leaders who are against the rules of ODM, then we see clearly that they are celebrating for this, and they are openly welcoming these leaders to join the ruling party. And believe me not, these leaders will march there to join the UDA, because you see the like of Tom Ojienda is saying that he do not even need to give an apology, and he does not regret any of the action that he took, which means he's comfortable to proceed to where he has been going, and for him he's okay with that. Same to Caroli Omondi. He said he is comfortable with or without ODM, and he can vie as an independent candidate, and he will closely work with UDA. That one is just clearly seen that he is already building his position in UDA, and for them, they are comfortable with the decision, and they will continue prospering outside ODM. Thank you so much for watching my video. Continue subscribing and sharing my videos. But the main thing here that you should remember is, if ODM and Raila Amolo Odinga will not be careful in controlling and uniting their leaders together as a party, then come 2027, ODM might lose a lot of popularity. Its popularity might be interfered it compared with the previous years like 2022 in the election. Have a good day.